So here we are up above Skerries in North County Dublin, out foraging for blackberries. Now in the distance you can see Church Island, and that's the island where St Patrick first landed in Ireland when he came back to Christianise us, and he would have been used to foraging for food and wondering how to preserve it. But they're fine big berries looking over Skerries. So it's a perfect thing to do during this pandemic. Get your kids out, get them used to being in the fresh air and foraging for free food. So here are the blackberries growing along here, and it's absolutely food for free. One of the tricks is not to go on the roadside, so there's no traffic and no not much pollution on them. Another 10 minutes of picking and I should have enough, and the fruits of me labour we'll head back to the kitchen and make jam. So here I am back in my kitchen now, ready to make the blackberry jam after that morning out cycling and collecting my blackberries. We have about 500 grams of them now, fine big blackberries. We're going to empty them in to this saucepan. This is the carrageen moss. Now I've rehydrated it in the water just to make it nice, but this will hopefully reduce the amount of sugar that we need so that it will thicken, but it'll dissolve completely. You won't notice it at all, and it has no real flavour at all to it, but it's a terrific thickener instead of flour or anything like that. The next thing we need is the juice of a lemon. This is just to break the cells of the lemon juice. I can clearly remember when I was growing up, my parents taking me out into the countryside, picking blackberries in September, October, and crab apples and all these things, and foraging, and it bonded us all together and taught me as a young child of about 8 or 10 what the countryside was all about and how the countryside was there. But when you're leaving the farmer's field, do remember to close the gates and do check beforehand that there's not a bull in the field. Now the sugar. So now we've just let this settle for almost an hour, the berries and the lemon juice and the sugar, and it's all dissolved into one and absorbed into one. So now we're going to put this over a low heat. Now she's coming to the boil, and 20 minutes like this now until it reduces down. But we're almost there. So now's the part where you just have to be patient, you know, it's just, and make your own judgment. Because at this stage it actually could caramelize and burn very, very easily now. So now I'm going to put the hot jam into the jars and screw the lid on. But be very careful with your fingers because it's very hot. Look at that lovely colour, and you can see the seeds in it because we didn't strain it. So it's beautiful. www.stpatricksplate.com, page 104, and have a look on the website and buy the book. It's well worth. There's quite a few jam making recipes there and other things for the winter. Good luck. Remember to close the gates on the field.